Hi there everyone, my name is Shakeel and I'm a priest in the Church of England. I was ordained in June 2021 and that basically means that I became a reverend in the Church of England. But it wasn't until June 2022 when I was ordained a priest. And now that it's been 6 months on, I wanted to share a few reflections and thoughts about what being a priest has meant to me. The first thing I noticed about being a priest is that it feels very different to be someone's priest and not just their deacon. I found that I've gained a sense of spiritual responsibility for my sheep. That is, my parishioners and my community. And I felt that my heart has grown to encompass them and to live for them and to serve them for God. I think of how the former Archbishop of Canterbury, Michael Ramsey, said that being a priest was about being with God, with the people on your heart. And I found that my own heart was transformed to embody this. And I saw this as the work of God's Holy Spirit working in my heart as I was ordained a priest. At the ordination service, I felt God give me a spirit of boldness to serve Him at that moment and going forward. As Bishop Donald placed his hands on me, I sensed that God's Spirit was moving in me. And for me, I saw this boldness as this way of God transforming me, giving me this greater sense of ownership of my sheep and the cure of their souls, and to live out my priestly calling with boldness and with courage to be a priest to them. The second thing I noticed was the sheer grace and ridiculousness of how God uses me as a priest. Who am I to pronounce God's absolution? Who am I to stand before God and celebrate the mysteries of Holy Communion? There's nothing that makes me worthy to do these things as a priest. I do them only in God's grace, through which He has called me to take part in His work. Not because of who I am, but because of who He is, and who He is as the one who calls me. And it took me a while to wrestle with this, as I was caught in shock and awe about how He uses me. But over time, I came to find the peace of enjoying God's blessings and His grace to use me in this way. It is by God's grace that I can take home communion to someone and it means anything. It's by God's grace that I can go and sit with the dying and say final prayers over them. I must say, I've truly found that priestly ministry is about discovering God's grace and delighting in it. What a joy and a blessing that God's grace works and permeates in through our lives. And I can recognize that that sense of God's grace working and permeating in my life in this call to be a priest in His church. And I thank God for that joy and for that blessing. Those are just a couple of thoughts and reflections on what being a priest has meant to me in this first 6-7 months of being a priest. I'd be interested to hear any of your thoughts and comments, so feel free to leave them below. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this interesting and maybe encouraging for yourself. Have a good day and God bless.